All right, Bang Bang. It's the rundown. It's Wednesday, December 22nd, the last one of the year, and it's from Chicago. It's myself, Eddie. We got Chief. We got White Sox Dave. This rundown is brought to you by Hooters, and let me tell you, you got three big Hooters guys on this show right now, especially Dave. Dave, you love the Hooters. You love the wings. You love the world famous Hooter girls. What more can we say about Hooters, right?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Ed. Hooters is the place you want to watch football. You know, March Madness, college basketball, baseball in the summer. Go get some hot wings, sit on a patio at a Hooters. There is nothing better than Hooters.
How do you like ambiance, Dave?
It speaks for itself. It's Hooters.
Yeah, so go there, go get the wings, go get the ice cold beer, hang out with the Hooters girls, watch the rest of bowl season. It's going to be great. Hopefully they got the Arizona Bowl showing somewhere over there. And if you can't make it out, you can get it in. So you go to hooters.com/barstool. And if you use code Barstool, you save $10 on orders over $50. So it's great. When you order online, you actually save yourself some money. Excuse me, can't talk. So once again, check out hooters.com/barstool for more information. Always make sure you're doing some Hooters over the break.
I'll say this, their wings travel better than most places' wings. So if you're looking to just order in and have a fat Sunday on the couch, Hooters wings, they travel very well.
Get the Daytonas. I keep saying that. All right, first topic, Tuesday night football, extravaganza, 2 games, the COVID schedule. White Sox, Dave, you were thrilled for some Tuesday night football. So what do we got?
I actually was because, all right, it's like the Seinfeld quote. Monday has a feel. Friday has a feel. Like every day of the week has a feel other than Tuesday. Like Wednesday's hump day. You're like getting towards the end of the week. Tuesday is just the most nothing day. You don't go out on Tuesdays because there's nothing to do. It's the most whatever day. So I was looking forward to football, even though it was 2 games I didn't give 2 shits about. That said, I can't believe they didn't kick that fucking field goal because I had it at -10. It was a push. And then the fucking assholes on the Redskins, they had the ball in the goal line, and I double bet like an idiot. Chief, I know you've been in the same shoes. I double bet. For some weird reason, I said Gilbert, their quarterback, he's going to score a touchdown today because he's bounced around from like the Arena League to the XFL to like whatever the fuck other leagues he was in. And I'm like, I think they're going to try to get him a touchdown today because this might be the only time he ever plays in the NFL. He was on the goal line and they gave it to the fucking running back. And that was about a $2,500 swing for me. Would have been nice.
That's a tough break. I love a little Tuesday football too. I am used to it just with the MAC. I almost feel like they should have just flexed the Bears to Tuesday so we can have that MAC football, shitty football feel on a Tuesday and have the other 2 games on Monday night. But yeah, it was something to do. You know, hockey's canceled right now, so having sports on a Tuesday when there's nothing going on, I'm a little Christmas movied out at this point of the year. So I was pumped for football on Tuesday.
Really? I feel like this is when you're supposed to start watching Christmas movies.
Buddy, day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
See, I've never subscribed to that. I think like 15 to 20 range is okay. Then I think 20 to 25 is where you really hammer on the Christmas movies. So.
You don't celebrate Christmas until like it's winter solstice? That's your.
I mean, you celebrate Christmas on the eve and on Christmas. Like, yeah, I mean, and then maybe you'll go to like a fucking market or whatnot, Chris Kindle market, whatever the fuck.
You never were given an advent calendar. You never heard of the 12 days of Christmas. This is not just a 2-day event.
So. Yeah, I get your point, but like that's nothing more than like a quick gesture. Like although I do really appreciate, I don't know, I watch every one of Large's 25 shots of Christmas.
I do like that.
So like, and I'm mad though because he stopped posting them on Instagram. Now he just posts them on TikTok. I don't got fucking TikTok.
All right, 25 days of Christmas, 25 shots of Christmas, day 17. Today is Western Sun Gulf Coast lime flavored vodka. That's not too bad. So Western Sun Gulf Coast lime flavored vodka. Yesterday I did it with a food pairing. Ooh, it's a little thicker than I thought. Today I'm going to do it with another one. This is a cheddar beef stick that was sent to me from Henry's Meat Market in Harrisville, Pennsylvania. So, little lime flavored vodka and inappropriate pickup line. Hey, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I would put my penis between your legs. Cheers. Ooh, it smells nice. Caught me, sorry. But good, not too bad. Now for the cheddar beef steak. Nothing like it. Breakfast of champions.
I don't know how the TikTok algorithm works clearly,
Yeah.
but that Large is taking a shot of for the 25 Days of Christmas is the first video that always pops up for me.
Dude, it's a great series. And
It is.
I mean, so that's my complaint for largest content. We need more on other platforms. My takeaway, I could not give a shit less. I was like, I didn't want to hear a whistle. I didn't want to see a helmet. I didn't want to do anything after that Bears game on Monday. Like I was so disinterested in football, so disheartened. I wanted nothing to do with it. And then my thing was, did you see how that was like the highest rated Monday night game in like years?
So someone had a good point in my replies because I said shame on every last one of us who watched that game because we all knew that's what it was going to look like, just a disorganized mess. The tweet that said that it was the highest rated Week 15 Monday night football game in the last 10 years. So that's a little misleading there.
Yeah, but even though,
yeah, at the same time, it's like still shame on every one of us. Why do people like come out for the Bears? They don't do it for other Chicago teams, really. Like I don't think even for the Cubs, who's kind of a national brand.
This is people like to see a car wreck too. I think that's part of it.
And you're right. It was a little misleading because Week 15. I mean, well, what did we look back? Like, what was the Jags play every fucking Week 15? Like, how was that the case? You know, it makes no sense. But regardless, like that just shows that we will never. And I know you can't flex Monday night. Like we will never like lose primetime spots, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, we'll get 3 a year plus every single year.
I know.
Shout out to the Giants in line for the 5th overall pick in this upcoming draft.
That's fucking makes you want to barf, dude. It makes you want to barf. I can't. 3 more games.
Player turn into
I liked going right back into football. Sorry, I liked going right back into football on Tuesday. I needed my faith restored in like my favorite sport. So it was like you just feel gross, and then it's like there's nothing on. You put on the football game. You're like, you know what? I still like this game.
Yeah.
What I noticed, and I was thinking of how to tweet this, but I mean, so in Chicago, we only got the Eagles Redskins, unless you have like extra packages or whatever. Those two teams are like pretty whatever, but it was like night and day difference. Even the Redskins, watching those two teams, they looked organized. They like there wasn't a lot of dumb penalties from what I remember. Like it was night and fucking day watching those. They were both 6 and 7 going in that game. I want to say right, something like that, about 500 or so.
Yeah,
like night and day watching two 500 teams. Like how much better they were than the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I can't confirm, but you know, to your point, Dave, probably. Next thing, college basketball. Davidson upset Alabama. Head coach Bob McKillop had no time for locker room celebrations. We could roll the video.
Let's go! Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I didn't think he was like unenthused with the celebration. I just think some people don't like getting wet. I don't know.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Ed. Getting wet when you're not swimming or in the shower is the worst thing on the planet. Who wants to get wet? Nobody. I don't want to get wet.
I think and everybody wants every college coach to do the Roy Williams meme at this point where he like walks in and he's like hyped. But getting soaking wet on your nice clothes, it's like, guys, like that should probably cost $1,000 a D1 basketball coach. Like leave it alone a little bit.
And it's not coming out of the players' pockets. Who's paying for that? He is.
Right.
If I were that coach, I'd make them all run suicides until they puke tomorrow morning.
I wish the clip was longer. And I if he had come out and been like, guys, it's December 20th. Like do this in March, then I would love him that much more. This right now, he just looks kind of like the Grinch, but I'm still with him either way.
You got to take your wins though. You got to take your wins, but however they come. Like that's like the more I'm realizing, like a lot of this is such like a PR campaign. Like you just got to make it seem like everything's gravy. And like Davidson, who knows? He might have bought himself like an extra year with that, you know. So I don't know, but I know it's your point. I get your point. Next topic, college football. Like we said, COVID's taken over. It sounds like JT Daniel from Georgia may have entered the protocol. Oh yeah, he tested positive.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Chief. What do you got on that?
Well, I mean, he played 5 games this year. He didn't start the SEC championship game, even though he was available. I think both their quarterbacks stink. So it's like, and they're kind of like the same guy to me, like Stetson Bennett or JT Daniels. I feel like they're basically even. And I know Bennett looked, not great in the SEC championship game against Bama, but I don't know. I think it sucks for the kid who wants to play in the playoff, but as far as George is concerned, I don't has the line moved at all? I doubt it does, because it's not like they're losing, Johnny Manziel from A&M where he's the whole team. Like he's just a guy.
Yeah, it's more so that now Stetson Bennett has to be put in a bubble for the next, for however many days, because they lose both of them, they're probably in a lot of trouble. I don't know who the third guy is. Dave, what do you got?
I mean, it's round and round we go. I'm just sick of this fucking mess that the world is in, all the finger pointing and all that shit. Like, I think that we need a lot more context. If he just tested positive, he feels completely fine. I'm in the camp at this point where if you're asymptomatic, you should be able to play. I know others disagree. That's fine. To each their own. But if he's asymptomatic, then fucking play. Like, what are we talking about at this point? Like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's affecting sports a lot now. Obviously, the NHL has halted no Olympics, NBA. I mean, we're going to get to the NBA topic in a second, but this is the first grand scale, it feels like now with this wave at least. So I guess we'll see what happens.
You'd hate for this to decide a championship. It's one thing if you do it in the bubble, but if you play a whole season and then you get down to the end, it's like, wow, our quarterbacks are fucked. Like that's bullshit.
Dude, especially for Georgia too. They couldn't have started better than that. Everyone's saying everyone sucks except Georgia. Everyone sucks except Georgia. They get their doors blown off in the SEC championship.
They
and then
kind of suck too when it goes back to these quarterbacks.
Well, there you go. Next topic, Carlos Correa and the Cubs are sharing mutual interest for the upcoming season and many more seasons after that. White Sox, Dave, what do you got?
Carl and I have talked about this pretty ad nauseum on Redline Radio over the last, I would say, 6 months, since July or so, the deadline when they had their fire sale and traded everybody. I think that I can see why the Cubs front office brass would want it, and with their payroll. So in 2 years, Jason Hayward's done. So you don't kind of worry about his, what is it, 28 million, whatever he's making, way too much money. You don't kind of worry about that stuff. This is exactly the same spot the White Sox were in at the end of the 2016 offseason, 17 offseason with Harper. What year is that? Whenever that was with Machado and Harper. Yeah. 0 long-term payroll commitment.
How can you forget?
Was that 19?
Go to the White Sox, man.
God, blame COVID. It's riding my brain. I don't have COVID. I was saying the whole mess that we're in. But all right, so Corey Seager just got 10 for 325, I believe it was off the top of my head. Frankie Lindor got 10 for 340. There's no way it's going to be a cent less than 10 for 350, I would say. So do you want to drop $35 million a year on a player? When it's someone that good, yes. And it's a little different than the White Sox situation because the White Sox had the Eloys, the Mankatas, the Luis Roberts, the Giolitos of the world. The Cubs don't really have that. Their farm's still not near great. But I think it's going to happen. I mean, I think that I would say that the Marcus Stroman deal is sort of a precursor to the Cubs saying, hey, we're going to open up the bank, because on paper, to me, there was no reason to sign Marcus Stroman to that deal, because it's a 3-year deal, correct, for Stroman?
Yep. Yeah, 2-year opt out after 2.
So they're not going to be competitive until 2024. All in, push chips to the middle. We're trying to win a World Series again. So what the fuck was the point of that? That tells me that they're opening up the piggy banks big time in this offseason, the next, and on the trade market, whatever.
Chief.
I don't know. It's just like a little bit annoying because all we've heard the last couple of years with all these, the Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, all the guys everybody want to keep is that there's no money, there's no money, there's no money. We have no budget. That's all we've heard from the Cubs. And now they have $350 million for Correa.
That's because all those players, I mean, they were up against the Lux tax. That's why. Now their payroll, I could look it up right now. I'm guessing it's going to enter this year around, I would say 130-ish. Which is it's fucking peanuts for the Cubs. Right. It's nothing. Back then they actually didn't have the money to go and get a Bryce Harper or Manny Machado.
No, I'm saying just for the guys that are in house.
No, or that either. They screwed up. It was I blame Theo personally because he's the top dog. It's all under his watch.
To me, it just feels like a weird time to be throwing around 10 years, 300 million. Like, usually it happens when like you're ready, you're like on the cusp. Like, we haven't even like let those guys.
Like 10 years, that's why. Like, he's only 27 years old. I want to say you're gonna get 7 probably really fucking good years out of that. And if their window is 2024 to call it 2030, that 6-year window. Like you're going to get prime.
I just don't know if that's their window though.
This into account too. You got to take this into account too. The DH is most likely coming to the NL. That might be after this year or after this CBA this winter. I mean, so like down the road, you can look at giving him a blow by playing him at DH or third base or first base or left field or whatever. Sort of like what they did with I don't want to say left field, but corner, infield, and then DH. I think that if I were the Cubs, I would be really, really, really pushing for a Carlos Correa type player right now. I think it makes sense for them. I know Carl disagrees. I think
that sound like an inside straight. If it's like you're not going to be ready for 3 years, okay, now he's 30. So then his prime years of that deal, when you're trying to compete, and you have this big contract on the books, is from 30 to 33. And then you have 4 years on the back where that money's tied up. And it's like you give yourself a 3. It's an inside straight. But I think I'm out on Correa.
Well, he's a cocky douche, but I think he's the kind of guy that you'd love him on your team, and if he's not on your team, you fucking hate his guts. But I think a lot of people are, a lot of Cubs fans specifically, kind of have PTSD because of the Hayward deal and how bad that was.
It's not even that. It's just like we signed Hayward and like we were ready to go. But I don't know. We'll see if it even fucking happens. Next topic. Apparently, porn searches for MILF icon Mrs. Claus increased by 400% during this time of year. Obviously, Dave, I got to start with you.
Why do you got to start with me?
Well, I mean, you have a Mrs. Claus fetish? Is that correct?
That's not even close to correct.
You weren't a little like you don't love that scene in Bad Santa when she's getting taken to town.
I don't even know what scene you're talking about.
That's like your favorite movie. How do you not know what scene I'm talking about?
No, but I mean she's dressed as Mrs. Claus. I mean whatever. I don't know. I can safely say I was not a part of that 400% increase.
I get it. Tis the season. Some people, Ed, now that it's officially Christmas season, according to you, you might fire that up tonight.
It's in the cards, possibly.
And who doesn't love a little slutty Santa? Like that's like part of the season. That's part of the uniform. I mean, that's like the short skirt and the Santa costume. I feel like everybody gets on board with that. I don't know what Dave's problem is. We'll stick it.
I don't have a problem with it. If you want to look up Mrs. Claus getting plowed by Santa Claus, then
no, like that's where you're wrong though, Dave. It's not like people looking for a gray-haired, like glasses woman. Like it's looking for a nice like MILF in a stocking and a fucking.
Okay, so you're talking about like
a busty, like putting a tray of cookies in the oven. Who's like
right. Talking about they got somebody at the office party who dressed up and it's a little hot, but you can't take her home. She works the office, so you go home and fire it up.
So what I have in my head right now is like Mean Girls when they're doing the talent show thing.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's a great way to put it. So
it's hot. It's hot.
So
I might have to add myself to that.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you gonna retract now that you might be indulging in this search?
We'll see if I get bored later. Maybe.
All right. If now follow Dave on Twitter. Dave, you do indulge. Can you send a smoke signal? Just tweet I indulge at some point.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Be on the lookout for that at Barstool WSD. Last topic, the NBA. Adam Silver has made it clear that there's no plans to pause the season. So they're holding firm. Chief, what do you got?
Yeah, good for them. I mean, I would be devastated if there was no NBA on Christmas. And I'm not the biggest NBA guy, but I do love having that, to kind of fall back on. The games start basically right when your like Christmas morning stuff ends. So that would be tough. And people have made kind of a big deal about the NHL with their pause, but they really it was only like 2 days, right? So the 2 days before Christmas, they're off for Christmas anyways. Then they're back to team facilities on the 26th to the 27th. So
wait, the NHL's off for Christmas anyways?
Historically, yeah, they're off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Why though? Is it to not compete the NBA, or is it like?
I think guys, they negotiated into the CBA that they want those days off, and they did it the same thing for Thanksgiving in the past CBA. So it's just So I'm glad the NBA is not canceling. It seems like they've. It seems like they've had. I mean, the Bulls have been decimated, but maybe league wide it hasn't been as bad. So I don't know. I'm glad it's still going, and I'm disappointed about the things we've seen in the other leagues. So I'm hopeful that everything can just continue to go along, and we get through this month or however long with the Omicron, we can just get back to normal and forget it ever happened.
I don't think that's a possibility, unfortunately.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, good for Adam Silver. I mean, he said like this is here, like we just got to adapt to it. So, in basketball, also, I feel they do have the luxury that they can have less players than pretty much any sport. So,
that's a good point. I'm very, very surprised that it's the NBA that was the first team to put the foot down and be like, no, we're not canceling shit unless things go like completely straight to hell. I would have bet my bottom dollar that would have been the NFL.
Yeah.
Because they did it last year. They're like, yeah, we're having a 16-game season. We're not have fans, but we're having a full season. Like, we're going to, like, fuck all this. Like,
and I mean, the NFL hasn't really, they just shifted games. Like, they haven't done what the NHL did. But there's more players. So it's like when the locker room, when it takes out 30 guys, I mean, at Texas A&M, it's on the topic sheet, but they just had it back out of their bowl game. So I don't know. It's crazy that it's December 22nd in 2021, and like we're still like talking about it. Sucks. It's unfortunate.
The NHL also has the bonus of they had the whole month of February off because they're going to the Olympics. So the fact that they're able to pull out of the Olympics, reschedule some of those games in February, that probably gave them a little bit more flexibility and freedom to put on pause that the NBA and other leagues didn't have.
Yeah, probably. Well, all right, we'll do an after show here. This could be like an extra topic. I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you see James Franco spoke for the first time in 4 years?
No, I didn't.
Well, he got canceled and everything for sexual misconduct. He had like a settlement and everything. It was like very serious. I saw he spoke on Sirius, and
Seth Rogen, I can't be friends with him anymore.
Yeah, he talked on that, and he like I don't know. He seemed like almost like a dead person. I mean, it was kind of. I know I'll bring it up. You guys haven't watched it, but
yeah,
it was pretty. I don't know. I don't even know how I would describe it, but
like a person back from the dead is what it sounds like. I didn't even know that he was gone. I guess I just wasn't a fan to begin with. So
Shelter's Chief over here.
Yeah.
What did you think of his role in Pineapple Express, Chief?
Man, it's another one of those movies I think I saw one time 10 years ago. So like I don't even remember. I'm sure he was fine.
I absolutely fucking love that movie. I thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Not super memorable for me.
Never seen it. Also, we want to say too, Chief, I know you wrote a blog. Unfortunately, a fallen firefighter in the line of duty, Marshawn Plummer, Chicago Fire Department. We have put a link there for the CFD Memorial, so it's in the blog. Obviously, rest in peace to him, and our thoughts are with the department. Besides that, the Arizona Bowl's in 8 days. The Chicago Bars. What'd you say?
You guys excited?
Yeah.
Can't wait, man.
I think that the day after, you two should get in a rental car and see the whole state in one day.
I wanted to.
You could go from Tucson up to like Prescott Valley and northern Arizona, Grand Canyon. You can bust that out. That would be like a 4-hour drive. 5
So
hours.
are you guys can you guys do that? Dave, you be the co-pilot. Eddie will drive. Dave, you man the stereo, and you guys try to check out all of Arizona in one day.
Actually, I do. I forgot about this. I listened to Redline Radio when I was out in New York last week, and there was just nothing but lies being spread about me the entire time.
How?
You said that on the way home from hunting, or like to and from when we went hunting down in central Illinois, that I didn't give you any say in the radio. That's absolutely it was something like that. Eddie asked you to like who controlled the radio since I drove. It was my car and everything. And you're like, he did. Yeah. I only did when I was charging my phone, and I was completely open-ended. I was like, what do you want to listen to? What do you want to listen to? What do you want to listen to?
I didn't say that. I just said I didn't control it, which is true.
What is the barking dogs, coughing, and
sleep? You're like,
I'm trying my best over here. I don't know. I just got back. Credit to me, negative for COVID. I went and got a test, so I was out of the apartment. So he was alone. Now he's barking at me. I don't know what this cough is, but it's not COVID because I got the email saying that it's negative. So, George, shut up. I'm doing a show, and
I'll do you one.
You're confabulating what was said. I said I
don't have it word for word. It was something along those lines, though, where it made it seem like I was being a music Nazi.
That's not true. I said it was a nice time.
Dave, I don't want to argue. It's the holiday cheer. Everybody's happy.
I got to bring up my final beef. I think I had 3, but this is the other one.
This guy, we can't get to the finish line without him pulling out his fucking beef sticks.
Ed is robbing the people of what could be great content.
What?
You said you had Vienna beef people in the office talking about bull meat or whatever being in mass protest.
You just can't stop.
I want to do this. I am ready to take this head on and do a taste test with actual Vienna beef or whoever it was. And you didn't even want to bring it up. You're robbing the people of great content.
So I got a better idea, Chief. You said do the whole state of Arizona. I wanted to get a car, me, Dave, and Clenny Balls and go to Mexico. Cross the border.
I can't. I don't have a passport. Never been out of the country.
Well,
I'm working on that right now, though. We talked about it somewhere yesterday.
Would you risk it, Dave, just to get over and just
Would you smuggle me? I mean, that's probably only an hour from the border. Tucson.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very close.
It's not far at all. Would you smuggle me down there?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I would be.
What's the crime for human trafficking?
I'm Portnoy will bail him out. He's got his host on the Portnoy show.
It's more so it'd be like a moral decision. Do I would I want to smuggle Dave back? I would have a nice option just to leave him across the border.
All right. What about this? What if he's going to be at there? What if we went down there early and just popped into Portnoy's Mexican vacation spot?
His villa.
Oh God. He'd have that rat dog or whatever the hell that thing is.
What is that? I don't know what animal that is.
It's a
who knows? He's way too comfortable with it though.
Eduardo?
Yeah.
Oh no, Eduardo and his friend. Too many people. We're getting too many people. Oh, Eduardo and his friend. We're getting overrun. No, that was a move.
It looks like a sort of raccoon. It doesn't look like a monkey.
Not for me, that thing. Whatever that is.
Yeah, it looks nice. I like it. Looks like it's got some personality, like a ferret or something.
Maybe, I don't know. But the Bulls in 8 days, so check that out. This is the last rundown of the year. Obviously, want to say happy holidays to the Stoolies, and that's really it, boys. So
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever the fuck else you celebrate. L. Ron Hubbard, I'm sure you got a couple weirdos out there that are like those guys. Regardless, enjoy the next week or two off, and we'll see you in 2022.
Thank you, David. All right, guys. We'll see you next year.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Stoolies.
Happy holidays, Stoolies. Okay, one more. Happy holidays, Stoolies. Woo!
Happy holidays. Hope you all come back bigger and better in the new year. Oh, yeah.
Happy holidays, Stoolies, from your friends at Spittin' Chicklets.
From our family to yours, happy holidays. Probably.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all the Stoolies. Thank you guys so much for everything you do and supporting us. Enjoy the weekend, folks.
Hey, happy holidays to all the Stoolies out there. We love you. This is Tommy. I love you. Tommy Smokes. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry fucking Christmas.
Stoolies, you're probably watching this in your cubes right now. Just wanted to wish you a happy holidays. I love you all.
Happy holidays to all Stoolies.